Hello, everybody, and welcome to this month's Coach's Call. I'm sorry for the little hiccup last week. I had a few health issues, but here I am back at it again. Thank you so much for joining. So, I want to talk about a few things today, but starting off with boy, there's been some good judo lately to watch. Hopefully, you guys have access to Judo TV. We had the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam followed by the Tokyo Grand Slam. And of course, the Tokyo Grand Slam is special because all the top Japanese fighters are in it, and there's sometimes four in each weight class, and we get to see them fight not only everyone else, but they fight each other. And for those of you that don't know this, that when you go and you train in Japan and connect with the best athletes in Japan, sometimes the number three guy in the country is by far the hardest guy for you to fight. It doesn't always work that way in Japan. Obviously, they have their trials and they choose who goes to the international events. But if you watched Hifume Abe, he certainly struggled in this tournament quite a bit. He came out on top, and obviously he's one of the greatest of all. But boy, he struggled. It's a tough, tough fight. And even watching Guta Abe and the other Japanese, the one I saw that impressed me was Moroi. Boy, did he play well against the top Japanese players and everyone else. He's just got this great, unique style, left side, Osotogari, Ashigaruma, Ashibarai, putting his throws together. Fun guy to watch do judo. And if you want to learn how to play right on left, obviously mimicking him is a challenge. But he's certainly great to watch and learn some of the skills from because he is a great, great, great player. And as a lefty, obviously, he's playing mostly righties. And how he gets his grip, how he gets his position, how he uses his feet, how he finds his throws. It's just phenomenal. And I've got some videos to show you guys that too. One of the things I wanted to talk about today is I know a lot of the people that listen and watch and the people I work with are people that are starting beginners in judo or intermediates, in judo. And while we've taught them the techniques, the next step is how do we execute the techniques against someone who's fighting back? And that's where the challenge comes in. It's not only getting the right grip, it's finding the right time. How do we find the right time? And the truth is, how do we learn that when that right time appears, we pull the trigger? Oh, Vera, how you doing, Vera? Thanks for joining. How do we know when to pull the trigger? When you're doing judo against someone and you're trying to do Sayanagi and you hit that brick wall all the time, or Osotogari, and it's so hard to get off and everything, most of the time, it doesn't necessarily mean your technique is off. It's the timing. We've got to do the throw at the right time. What position is your opponent in, and where are you relative to your opponent? And that's hard to learn how to do. Now, when you're around a lot of good judo and you're watching it, and you're feeling it, and you're seeing it, you get a better chance of learning. But we don't have that option as much in the United States as we once did. So we have to learn by not only watching videos to the best we can, which doesn't help you with the feel of it, but you have to do drills and you work on drills. And obviously, you first have to know when the right time is, but that starts with position. And we're going to watch that and we're going to talk about that today in the videos. Obviously, when you're a righty, your judo position is right foot forward, left foot back, lefty the opposite. And we fight with that and with our opponents in that position. And they're hard to throw. That's where they're strongest. And you stand up straight with your shoulders over your hips, right foot forward, it's hard to move you. Now, if we can get that left foot moved forward and your feet are even, now that changes the game. Now you can throw forward or backward. So usually a good competent player is going to try to avoid standing that way, and a good competent offensive player is going to try to get you to stand that way to open up the techniques. And then the decision you make on what technique to use also has to do with feel too. So there's lots of drills you can do for that. You do one person attack, one person defend, and if you have competent partners, you defend 25%, 50%, all the way up to 100%. But you work that way where you're learning how to feel your opponent's reactions, your opponent's positions. You learn how to use your feet to change their position so they're open for another attack. And that's all has to be learned. And again, you'll if you've followed me, you know how much I feel the importance of Ashiwaza is in all of judo and making judo work, and how you get your opponent to shift their position, just shift their weight from one foot to the other. That will open up different techniques to stop them hard so they're not moving anymore. All those things happen by you setting it up using your feet. Now, Ashiwaza isn't only the Ashibarai, it's Kochi, it's Ochi, it's Sasai, it's all different types of movements that forces your opponent. First of all, you have the option to throw your opponent, but also change the position of your opponent. And in and when doing that, you have to take advantage of when your opponent's not in that strong defensive position. That's the time to make the attack. So, how do we come to the idea of what attack we do? That comes with our hands. So we have a good solid grip on the lapel and the sleeve, usually. And when we move our opponent and they get out of their strong defensive position, their right side of the position, we're talking about righties now, we have to feel in our hands where our opponent is vulnerable. Now, if they're vulnerable forward, obviously we want to do a forward technique, and that would be the one of your choice. Sanagi, Taitoshi, Uchimata, whatever that is. And backwards, it could be Kosoto, Ouchi, Kouchi, or Osoto. It's the throw of your choice. And obviously the throw you want to pick is the one that is you're most successful with. Now, of course, in practice, you want to practice all your throws, but in a competitive atmosphere, you want to go with your strongest attack that's going to have the best chance of succeeding. So, I mean, that's what we're looking for. So, at some point, we're learning, just like in chess, how do the pieces move? One goes forward, one goes diagonally, one goes forward and diagonally, all different ways. And we have to understand, we have to learn all of our techniques, forward, backward, and to both sides. Now we have that competency down. Now, when do we use them? How do we use them? How do we set them up? And that's another part of the game. And it is a game. So we have to learn how to do that by using our hands, by forcing reactions, by using our feet. All those things play a role in forcing your opponent to react. And we're going to watch some videos. And a lot of the forced reaction is someone avoiding a technique. And when they avoid a technique one way, and again, they're avoiding getting thrown and they're doing everything they can to avoid it, there's usually another opportunity that comes if you, as the Tory, as the one doing the techniques, stays in a strong position, your posture is still there, and you can make a good, strong attack following the technique that knocked your opponent off balance. So, I mean, that's how we have to learn the game of judo. It's fun learning. The better you are, the more fun it is to play. And I would say it's the same thing with chess or any other game, that the better you are, the fun it is to play. And whether you're a tennis fan, a, a, a baseball fan, a football, whatever game you play, at some point it's going to come down to who plays the game better, who's smarter, who's got the best strategy, all those things that come into play that allow you to play the game better. And again, the better the defender is, then all of a sudden that match becomes more of a one-sided match. And now it's, who's got the better, the better attack, the better off-balance attack, the better follow-up attack. All those things come into play. And again, those who make the least mistakes. So, I mean, judo's fun. It's fun to watch that way. And and if you practice with the intensity to learn how to play judo that way, you're going to be able to do judo in randori and in tournaments that way too. And again, even if it's just for fun, I'd rather be playing judo as a game like that for fun than just attacking throws. So I want to think when I play. I want to set up when I play. I want to be able to see the field, see what's going on, watching my opponent react, and knowing what throws to follow up with. Uh, and uh, and that's when judo begins fun. It's certainly fun for me as a coach, and as I coach my athletes, and I'm in the situation of everyone else. That is what I am definitely trying to do: teach them how to see the landscape, see the field, see what's open, see what you're forcing, see that the opening's there and it's closing, and when it opens, you've got to hit the attack. You can't wait. Okay, you can't attack one attack and then come back out and attack another attack. You have to be knowing that one attack leads to another. When you off balance someone's got to defend themselves and get back on balance, and when they're doing that, that's all they're thinking about, and there's so many opportunities that arise. So I mean, that's the game of judo, and it never changes. As we continue to learn more and continue to watch, we hope to get better. But if you're watching it and you could see it, it sure is fun to watch. And that's why I thought the Tokyo Grand Slam was so much fun. Hello, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Uh, so, without further ado, let me start going to some videos. I have quite a few, and I don't know if we'll make them through them all, but let's see this one here. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen here so we can break this down a little bit. Okay, guys, as always, I'm going to ask, make sure you can see this, uh, the screen. If you can, let me know, because I'm going to go ahead and start the video. We'll watch it all in full, and then we'll break it down, because I just love the way this works. Look at that ashi to the. I mean, to me, that's like an Osoto, but it's an ashiguruma. Look, yeah, it's an ashiguruma. Look how beautiful that is. That's almost like a setup move. It's almost like a setup move. We're going to try to watch this again. Just watch it starts. We're right on left. We're gaining position here. Here we are. So hits the ashi and goes for the Osoto. The Osoto doesn't get it. Connects with two hands. Now he hits the ashi again and straight into the ashiguruma. God, it's really a shame. Thanks. It's really a shame to even show this slow. Let's see, watch this one again. Look at that. Look how that's a designed move. That's just a designed move here. It's so good. It's designed. Ashi to ashiguruma does it all the time. Hits there. Now watch this. 1, 2, 1, 2. You can tell by Tori's just not surprised it worked that way. That's just a beautiful, beautiful throw. And putting throws together, hitting the ashi. And again, I want you to see how after he hits the foot, right foot comes down, and that's the beginning of the throw. Now watch the left foot up and then into the ashi. Right there. That's by design. That's just beautiful technique. Beautiful technique. And again, that's done by over and over again, and using your feet and putting throws together. It's just something you have to do in judo. You have to do it. Ashiwaza to Osoto, Ashiwaza to Sayanagi, Ashiwaza to Tayatoshi, Ashiwaza to Uchimata. We'll see all sorts of ones like that. Getting our opponent to shift their weight and following through. And again, it's your choice of throw. That was Hachiguruma. How beautiful that was. But it's your choice of throw, what you want to do. I don't want to get too far out of here. Uh, okay, so I got some big guys in here too because I always like to show some big guys doing judo. Uh, and again, in when you go to an all Japanese tournament, you get to see a whole lot of different heavyweights. I was fortunate when many years ago when Muneta was in high school, he fought in the Kano Cup, and boy was he just a young kid, 18 years old, and he was just absolutely phenomenal. What a dynamic player he was to watch him in high school. And boy, it was quite cool to watch him. And all his high school fans came to to the arena, and it was just what an event to see such a talented. And if you know who Moneta is, he's short, he's stocky, and but boy, was he impressive! What an impressive player! If none of you have had a chance to watch Muneta play, and I do have videos, not here, not for today, but just go look him up and see what an incredible athlete, what a guy his size was able to do as a heavyweight. It's phenomenal. But my point is that I got to see all different Japanese heavyweights and light heavyweights too, and everything. But I mean, it was quite good. So here we are, just watching a nice drop Sanagi. Beautiful. Ashiwaza again. Put throws together. One, two, three throws. You know, as you know, I understand this is a coach's call, and I'm talking to you guys. Hopefully, I'm talking to you guys as teachers and coaches. And if not, that's fine. But again, this is something that needs to be taught. We need to put throws together. Making one attack and being done is not the answer. You've got to learn how to put throws together. Two, three, sometimes four. But here, this is just such a great example of just putting Sasai, Osoto, right into the. Now, here's what I want you to watch. Watch Uke's body change. So here, he's standing left. He goes down. Osoto still standing left. Now look what happens. Look how that left leg goes back. Now the Sanagi's opened. Now the Sanagi's opened. Look back here. Not a chance. No chance. Look how this sets it up. Pulls around, sets it up. He's right under him. That's why you put throws together. We need to change the situation. Need to change the situation. It's just fun to watch how these guys do it. Simple. There. One, two, three. Over. Sanagi's not open. Sanagi's not open. Now moves it around. There it is. There's his go-to throw. He got it off. That was just very nice. So, again, before I go further, I want you to know that anyone uh, who's here that is interested, in learning more or ideas, you can email me at steve@americanjudo.com. I work with a lot of judo clubs, judo teachers, and athletes individually, helping them learn things like this and make their judo better. And just for some ideas for drills or anything, send me an email. I'm happy to help you out with your club, with your own personal practice. But this is how we get better at judo, learning how to play the game better. We have to learn how to play better. It's like any other game. Getting better is always the goal. How do we get better? If you're a just a you play judo for fun, you still want to get better. That's the fun of judo. So whether you're just, practicing judo 2, 3 times a week, having fun doing it, you're working in an adult class, non-competitive, which is great, you still want to get better. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to get better and learn more? So, I mean, if you'd like, send me an email. And for those of you on the call that know me, you know that I'll reach back out to you, maybe set up a call and we could talk about it. But if you want to get better, you're going to need some help. You're going to need to do some other things. And like I said, you can do it yourself. You can get some help. Either way, send me an email and I'm happy to send you in the right direction. Okay, we're going to go to another video. Oh, okay. I like this one because we're working on this. The reality in judo today, we have to be able to attack off the grip. We have to learn. We have to know how to attack off grip. It's absolutely necessary. Getting a good grip is hard. You have to attack off the grip all the time in order to get your opponent a little off balance so you can get the grip you need. Or you have to attack off the grip to throw for your opponent. Either way works. Either way is good, but we need to learn how to do that. And there's so many different ways. So here we'll watch just a simple Koshi Guruma off the grip. Shocked the Japanese player a little bit. Look how quick that is. Oh God, this was okay. So God, this video got stopped by a commercial. But look, left hand on. Look how fast he's in. Look how fast he's in. Extends the hip. Again, everyone has their own style. Look at him. He extends the hip, rotates, ends the match right off the grip. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. It's just Koshi Guruma off the grip. Left hand on lapel, step right in. Completely shocked him. Right there. Look at that. Hips in and everything. I mean, that's a simple throw to learn, to practice off the grip. There's lots of them. There's lots of throws off the grip. What do we got here? There's lots of them, but it's good to practice it while you're gripping, whether it's Ippon Sanagi, Koshi Guruma, Ouchigari. I mean, the better you get, you could do Taio, using your feet all the time. You want to be active. You want to be active off the grip, change the situation, get in a position where you can get your attacks to work. So here's a situation. We'll watch this video that I find is always an opportunity when someone grabs on the opposite side of the head for you to do an Ouchigari. And it just works really well from there. It's really, really hard to get out of it. As you can see, just really hard to get out of it. Okay, and that's Balba, huh? He is good. Let's see who this is here. So this French player is really good. He's a really good player. And here, you can't hang out on the other side. It's dangerous. You can't stop that Ouchi. Your arm gets stuck. Watch how the Japanese player picks his head up in there, gets that arm stuck, and there's the throw. That's easy to teach and to practice that Ouchi. I have my kids practice it all the time. It comes in handy. Oh, oh, okay. So here we're going to get to my guy I was telling you about, Roy. He is Olympic champion here. So good, so good. And his again, Osoto, Ashiguruma, Chimata. He just does it all. Right on left, left on left. He's a lefty. He does this really well. Now he's got the cross grip here, and then he comes in Osoto right off the grip. How nice! Look at that Osoto. Kind of breaks him down. You could see how Uki is way on his heels, way on his heels. Just can't stop that. Look how he's just leaning back, leaning back. That's a feel. Look at that explosive. Look how his leg wraps. Look how he captures this Osoto. So strong, so strong. He just keeps getting better, Mariah. I think he just keeps getting better. I would tell you that if you can, see what's his name, Mirau. Take a look at this guy up if you want to watch some judo videos of him. He's actually a phenomenal judo player. Love watching him. Uh, like I said, he puts his throws together so well. Learning how to play right on left is a great way to watch him do things. He is the total package. Goes in all directions, all directions. So I did hold back a little bit on Uchimata because I mean the Japanese, that's what they do. They do Uchimata, and there's a whole lot of them. So I held it to a handful, but there sure were a lot of good Uchimatas to see at the Tokyo Grand Slam. And ever since I started watching Japanese judo in the 60s, I mean the Uchimatas are just so fantastic, so fantastic. And we'll just take a look at this one here. Just beautiful. Gets that leg hook, and then he brings a supporting foot underneath. There, the lift. So, I mean, I don't know if I mean, I teach this, but watch captures the leg good. Now watch the supporting foot come under. Once it comes under, the hip extends. Look at the extension of that hip. God, that's just so good. Again, hooks the leg, stops the motion. Supporting foot's got to come here. Supporting foot hops right underneath. And then the hip extends. And that's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These guys that do Uchiman, I mean, they do it from any position. They adjust any way. They get their supporting foot underneath, and they extend. Just beautiful. Watch it again. In and up. So they can feel where their supporting foot is relative to their body. they know when it's not under them and when it is under them. And as you can see here, from here, he knows he can't throw from here. This foot's got to move. Once it moves, it's time to lift. And look how he's on. It's just a straight line. Just a straight line. Very nice. Nice Uchimata. I mean, it's hard to do. You got to learn how to do it. It takes time to learn how to do it, but it's something very well learning. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. Okay, so here's a different kind of Uchimata. And again, it's Moroi again. So we're looking at a right on left. A right on left. Now this is Tajima's, I think, a world champion too. He's a great judo player. And again, as I said to you, this is what we're looking at. The best of the best in Japan. This is a gold medal match in the Tokyo Grand Slam. And we're going to see how Moroi makes this work. So this starts with an ouchi, and he changes the direction. Watch how he gets his right hand to his left hand up. Left hand up, goes and drives. God, that was nice. That was nice. The He just changes directions, and of course you have to do that in judo. But he changes directions. He drives. Once he gets that hook, his arms explode. His left hand comes up to control the head, and then he just changes the direction. There's the ouchi, turns it into the, and watch how he reacts to the reaction of the ouchi as he's driving back. The direction gets pushed forward, and there it is. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, the people that do Uchimata do Uchimata. Uh, okay, let's save that one. Go here. So, what I found interesting is that the classic Uchimatas that we're used to watching by someone like Mariama, for example, the big stepping and everything, which is truthfully the Uchimata that I love to watch. Here's another gold medal at 60 kilos. Is not always. Uchimata is sometimes you got to fit in and then finish the throw. These are 60 kilo guys. Look at that lift. So it certainly looks here that blue tries to go around the wrong way. You see this Kosoto he's trying to do, the Kosoto Gake here. And boy, it's a mistake going behind. Now, maybe it works in practice for him. I don't know. But this is not an advisable move by me to go around a strong Uchimata guy. And look at that lift. Again, let's look at the hips. Look at the lift. God, that lift is so good. Beautiful, beautiful Uchimata. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're not all the same, but they are. They step in differently. The principles are all pretty much the same. Supporting foot under your body. You must extend the hip. You need Kazushi and you need turn. Here it is. Turn. Look at that. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. I think I got one more for you. And we'll take a look at this one. Yeah, the men don't have the ownership to Uchimata. Women have great, the Japanese women have great Uchimatas too. We'll take a look at this. Look, and again, the entries are different. So that's Krasnicki she's throwing it. Could be. See if I could see this. Can't tell. So just, I mean, so she's not stepping in. She's bringing her right foot up first, and her left foot's following. Look how deep that foot follows. Look how deep this foot follows. That is a big move. So instead of stepping, she's lifting this right foot up and she's driving her supporting foot all the way back. God, that's nice. Watch this slowly. Look at this foot come all the way back under her so she can get the lift. That I got to tell you, that's not easy. That's not easy. How beautiful that is. Look at that beautiful move. So, I mean, there's one word that I see when I see that, and that's commitment. That's a commitment. I mean, you need to commit with your supporting foot on Uchimata, and I've showed it to you on all of them. But look, this is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal how they get this foot all the way back. What a commitment to the throw. God, that's good stuff. That was really good stuff. Love it. Love it. So, I mean, obviously, you don't walk in the door one day and leave with that. This is something that you got to practice over and over again, which is fine. Uh, and it's certainly worth practicing. Start doing it in Chikomi, do it in Nagikomi, and do it in, moving Nagikomi, and then start trying it in Randori. Let's get that supporting foot under you. Get used to that. Once you're comfortable finding, making that big step, making sure you can get that supporting foot under you, there's so many different ways you could do Uchimata. In many different situations you could do it, but you need to get that supporting foot under you. If it's not there, the throw's not going to work. Just the way it is. I think we'll end today with an ISO Soto. Uh, I think is this. So I'm not sure what this is. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, it is. It's the same side of Soto. Uh, so here it's interesting here that you know when I when I teach Osoto, and there's many important parts of Osoto, but I tell my students it's about the head. We've got to move the head. Now, if any of you guys are fans of judo and you get to watch Ono, you watch his judo, you'll understand it's about the head. We need to move the head. I have a great picture of Yamashita doing Osoto. It's about the head. And here again, we're going to see, look at this. Look at her lift that elbow up and drive that head back. Look at that, Osoto. It's all about that head. How nice that is. Watch that again here. Just look how she gets that hand up. Gotta move that head. Look, look. Oh, how you do it, you find the way to do it. This is a little unorthodox, but it's great. So you're doing it's a left on left, lapel, and she's picking that hand up and she's getting that head moving. Look at that explosion into that head. Here it is. Bam. Look at that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's as I'm talking to you, judo's fundamental. It's fundamental. It's Osoto's about the head. You got to get the head. Now, you want to look at the Grand Slam and watch them? That's fine. Or we can go back to the beginning basics and start learning how to grab, how to move the head, learning how to feel to get the head, getting that head in front of you so you could do Osoto. All those things are learned at the basic grassroots fundamental stages of judo. And if you don't learn it, then it's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to do. I do work with some new judo clubs that are learning Osoto, and I'm working with some young students myself. And this is what we're working on when we do Osoto, moving that head, controlling that head, knowing that when that head moves, the throw's going to work. Can't move the head, the throw's not going to work. Those are the types of fundamentals that are important. They're really, really important. So we know that as we're learning our techniques, we're concentrating on the right fundamentals. Okay, how we do the technique. There's no rush. We're not in a rush. What we are is in understanding the importance of the fundamentals and doing them correctly. That's what's important. And for those of you that have different professions, whether it's a medical profession, a dental profession, if it's a cooking profession, a science profession, the fundamentals don't change. You need to stick to the fundamentals. They're all, in every different craft skill, there's different fundamentals that you need to stick to in order to achieve success. Now, it may be just the beginning stage to get to the end, but those basic fundamentals are absolutely necessary. So, I mean, that's kind of what I spend a lot of my time teaching right now with young teachers. When I say young, they're not always young in age, but they're starting new clubs. And some people that are trying to develop athletes to a higher level, concentrating on fundamentals. And like I said, it's really, really important. So before I let you go, please, all of you have a very, very happy Christmas, New Year's season. I think I'm back in a few days in the members call. I'm not sure what technique I'm going to pick, but I hope you guys can join. And if not, have a wonderful holiday. And remember, my email address is on the screen, steve@americanjudo.com. Any questions, please feel free to email me. Chances are I'll give you a call and we'll discuss what's on your mind. And if I could help you, I'd be happy to help you. With that, you guys